I don't know if I've ever done a video talking about all my grandfather's camera equipment, but let's do it. So, first, we got the Pentax K1000. I just want to jump right into this, kind of move it quickly. But the Pentax K1000, great camera. I recommend for anybody getting into camera or vintage photography to do the Pentax K1000. It's easy to use, takes excellent pictures, it's awesome. My grandpa also has a flash in here, or had, I should say. My grandpa's dead. And the flash just slides right on here. And the Pentax K1000 also has a feature that all modern cameras have, where you press the button and it activates the flash at the same time. With older cameras, you would need to plug in a cord here and to here. And my grandfather does have the cord for that, and we'll get to that later. Then, another lens for telescoping, or whatever it's called, I don't know. I don't know a lot of these names, I just know what they're for. And that's everything in the main compartment, so let's get to the next compartment. First, sorry. First we got the only thing that one of the few things that I have actually bought. This was not my grandfather's. I found this at a thrift store. And I got it for the shutter release cable right here because it can lock. And that's for time lapses. My grandfather already had a shutter release cable, but the one he had could not lock, and we'll get to that shutter release cable later. So, another thing I have that is very similar to what I just showed you is this. A handle grip, just like the one I showed you, except this one wasn't in my grandfather's camera bag. It was in his camera trunk in the basement, but I just put it in the bag, even though I don't use it really. I don't know why I put it in there. My grandfather also had a tripod that could extend to about 3 or 4 feet, maybe. I'm not going to show you all of that, but just so you know, it can extend up to like 4 feet, and it comes with this, which for the longest time I did not realize what it was for. But it's so that you could angle the camera on here. I didn't know what it was for the longest time, until I was on my trip to Massachusetts and I was searching through my camera bag and realized, oh, that's what it's for. Kind of embarrassed by that, to be honest. Next is this, and this. It's as dumb as it looks. It wraps around your waist like this, and you mount the camera onto it using this. Slides right on, so when you're not using it, it could be here. It's as dumb as it sounds and as dumb as it looks. By the way, I've definitely gained a lot of weight since I last put this on. Jeez. Last time I put it on was last summer. Oh my god, I've gained a lot of weight. I'm fat. That's everything in this back one. So let's move on to the final one, the small one at the front compartment of the camera bag. So here's what I'm talking about. This is the small one at the front. This is the one that has the flash camera and lens in it. This one is the back one where we're just talking about the stuff in there. Alright. So first up, we got a self-timer. I just uploaded a video talking about this. This is not the original self-timer my grandfather had. It's one that I ordered that arrived today because I was an idiot and broke the old one. But it is a self-timer. And he did have one in here. Then, I can't remember if this was in his camera bag initially or if it was in his camera trunk. I think it was in his camera bag initially. It's an exposure meter, but it's kind of pointless because the Pentax K1000 already has built-in exposure meter. Plus, this requires batteries that are no longer produced. So yeah, it's a glorified paperweight. Then we get to the cable I was talking about earlier that was required for older cameras for a flash. This right here. And, yeah. pretty explanatory. Oops, shoot, dropped it. Shoot, there it is. A rubber thingamajig, I don't know what it's for. But basically you'd mount it onto, I don't know what it's called, and I don't really, maybe it was for controlling light or something, but it would mount onto here. Like that.
Plug ME in now.
Shoot, my phone. I have a thing on my phone that tells me when my phone's battery is low. I gotta plug it in after this video's done. Then some spare camera film that I myself bought. This wasn't in here before. I have 3 spare film rolls. Oh, and these too. These are used camera film rolls, which I probably won't ever use because they're gonna be a better or worse picture quality. And here's the old shutter release cable I was talking about. Doesn't lock. And this was also in my grandfather's camera trunk instead of his camera bag. I just put it in here. Then we got a little brush with a, you could squeeze for air to come out, even though I don't feel any air coming out. Finally, thing I broke. I think it's called a diffuser or something. I don't know. But basically, it mounts onto the flash like this. And then you could have it standing up like this and do it outwards or whatever. This, I remember how I broke it. I was in Salem, Massachusetts. Had my camera bag sitting in a chair at a restaurant that I was at. And I made the mistake of sitting down next to the camera bag and kind of put my butt on the front of the camera bag, and it just, I heard a and I immediately knew it was this, because there was already a crack somewhere here, and that was before I found the camera bag, by the way. So there's always been a small little crack in here, but now it's broken. Haven't bothered to get a new one. Wonder how much it would be on eBay. I never bothered to check. Knowing eBay and knowing photography equipment, it would probably cost 50 bucks for this piece of shit. Or super glue. I'll super glue this after I'm done with this video. Or, you know what? How about I do it now? This could go horribly wrong. Boom. I'm gonna leave it out to dry though. But yeah, that's fixed now. Anyway, thanks for watching.